Greetings, Grandfather. Last time I spoke a bit about the sun. This time I want to talk a little bit about the moon. Science says the moon is reflective of the sun, and so on. And while that's scientifically true, and I don't want to fault any scientists out there, the moon also does other things, which you know. The moon has a direct connection to water. Science also bears this out. But this has given people a belief, at least philosophically, that the moon has a feminine quality. And this is true. For you now, I'd like you to do something for the moon, because the moon tends to be reciprocal. The sun just does, all right? But the moon is reciprocal. If you do for the moon, then the moon is more inclined to do for you, aside from romantically illuminating the night sky. I'm going to recommend that you support the moon. It won't take much. It's just a simple living prayer. I'm going to recommend that you say the following. Try to say it in a certain condition. First ask, and when I say ask, I mean out loud or as a whisper. That makes it physical, makes it part of your life, not simply a thought. Thoughts are not, how can we say, always consistent, are they? Still, without going into all that, first ask that all the most benevolent energies that are available for you be all around and about you in the most benevolent way. Pause for a moment, and then say, I'm asking that our moon in the sky receive all the help, love, and support she needs right now in order to be fully capable to live her life in the most benevolent way. Now, I realize that's fairly generic for a living prayer, but what you don't always know is that the moon not only acquires objects, as may be obvious, from the craters, but it acquires certain objects, not just willy-nilly, whatever happened to be on a path that caused it to strike the moon. The moon in the past has requested, everything is alive, that certain minerals which the moon did not have enough of be present on the surface or just below the surface, that the moon might accentuate, broadcast, and transmit certain qualities of its personality. In order to do this, the moon has done something similar that you might do. You might ask if you need, eh? The moon does the same thing, only it does not use a verbal language. It simply emotes a feeling. Now, you do this yourself, so I think you might understand it. And many animals on your planet do it too. Plants as well, especially trees. More about that another time. So, when the moon does this, it will acquire, usually in very small things striking the moon, oftentimes no bigger than this, or even smaller. Maybe something like that, maybe about the size of a golf ball or smaller. And the moon is able to incorporate those minerals into its makeup not unlike you might incorporate minerals into your body so that you can feel better and function in a more healthy way. After you have done this for the moon, you will tend to feel a little more of a personal relationship between you and the moon, as you might feel if you said a prayer for anyone or anything. The moon will reciprocate by creating a more benign energy between you in that space between the last moments of consciousness before you drift into sleep. The moon is particularly good at easing transitions. Did you know that? The moon obviously does that because it reflects. And this is a way of saying, oh, well, it transitions between the sun and the night and the earth. The moon eases transitions, and it can ease your transitions. Do you know right now, those who are just on the last moments of consciousness before they depart permanently from the planet are being eased on their way gently in that moment of transition by the moon. More about that another time. But I wanted to suggest this to you because it might help those of you who've been troubled by nightmares. Sometimes nightmares are caused by last-moment fears before going to sleep. The moon can help to calm those fears and make it less likely that those dreams will happen or that they will be less severe. So, the moon does not withhold that from others, but you need to create a more personal relationship with the moon for this to be accentuated to the best degree for you as an individual. Good life.